Good morning, friends, and welcome to the 13th and 14th session of Income Tax for the program BCom 5th semester Practical Problems on Residential Status of an Individual. Before we move to the solving of the problems on residential status of an individual, in the previous session, you might have studied on the theoretical aspect of the basic conditions, additional conditions, and the parameters that will determine the residential status of an individual. So who is said to be a resident or ordinarily resident? What are the parameters for deciding not ordinarily resident, or who is said to be a non-resident? Anyhow, we'll revise while solving the problems. Book problem here. Miss Deepa, who left India for the first time to Brazil on 1st April 2018 and came back to India on 1st December 2018. Again, on 1st June 2019, she left for England and came back to India on 1st July 2019. Compute her residential status for the assessment year 2020-21. Dear students, keep the dates in your mind. First time she had been to Brazil on 1st April 2018, came back to India on 1st December in the same year. Again she left India on 1st June 2019 and came back to India on 1st July 2019. Residential status is always computed for the previous year. Here the previous year is 2019-20 for the assessment year 2020-21. The first step, check the fulfillment of basic conditions. What is the basic condition? An individual has to stay in India for at least 182 days during the previous year. Here the previous year is 2019-20 that begins on 1st April 2019 and ends on 31st March 2020. So here 2019 July 30 days, August 31st, September 30 days, October, November, December, Jan, February, March. Total Deepa stayed in India for 274 days. Thus, she satisfies the first basic condition. Second condition, it's not necessary to check because the first basic condition itself is enough for deciding the residential status. In the second step, checking the fulfillment of additional conditions. The first additional condition, an individual has to be resident for at least 2 years out of 10 years immediately preceding the previous year. So the 10 previous years immediately preceding the previous year 1920 are, they begins from 2009-10 to 2018-19. Since Deepa first time left to Brazil on 2018, means she was there in India for the prior years and she is a resident for 2 years out of the 10 stated years. Thus she satisfies the first additional condition. Second additional condition, she has to stay in India for 730 days or more during the 7 previous year immediately preceding the previous year. So the 7 previous years immediately preceding the previous year starts from 2012-13 to 2018-19. Here is the same. Here, since Deepa left to Brazil for the first time 2018, it means prior to 2018 she was there in India and the days will be more than 730 days. Thus she satisfies the second additional condition. Now the third step, deciding the residential status of Mrs. Deepa. For revision, I'll tell you, a resident is one who satisfies one of the basic condition and both the additional condition. Not ordinary resident is one who satisfies one of the basic condition and one or none of the additional condition. A non-resident is one who fails to satisfy any of the basic condition. Here, the question of additional condition does not arise. So, Mrs. Deepa satisfies one of the basic condition and both the additional condition, and she is to be termed as a resident in India for the previous year 2019. Book example 2. Sri Lakshman, a citizen of England, has been staying in India since 2012. He leaves India on 2015, 26th May, on a visit to USA and returned on 4th February 2019. Determine his residential status for the year 2020-21. He is a foreign citizen staying in India since 2012, and he left India on 2015 on a visit to USA and returned on 4th February 2019, and we need the assessing his residential status for the year 2020-21. Solution. Residential status is always computed for the previous year. In the example, the previous year is 2019-20 for the assessment year 2021. Check the fulfillment of basic condition. The basic condition, the first basic condition, an individual, here Mr. Lakshman, has to stay in India for at least 182 days during the previous year. That's from 1st April 2019 to 31st March 2020. Lakshman returned to India on 4th February. It means he was there for all the days in the previous year 2019-20. Thus, Lakshman satisfies first basic condition. Once the first basic condition is satisfied, it is not necessary to check the second basic condition. We have to check the additional conditions. Steps 2. Checking the fulfillment of additional conditions. The first additional condition, Lakshman has to be a resident for at least 2 years out of the 10 previous years immediately preceding the previous year. So immediately preceding the previous year, the 10 years begins from 2009 and to 2018-19. In this 10 previous year, Lakshman is staying in India since from 2012. So he may not fulfill the residency conditions. So here Mr. Lakshman fails to satisfy the first additional condition. Once an individual fails to satisfy the first additional condition, it is not necessary to check the second additional condition, because even though he satisfies the second additional condition, his residential status will remain as not ordinarily resident. To be ordinarily resident, an individual has to satisfy both the additional conditions. Here it's no need to check the additional condition, but still for practice purpose we can check Lakshman is there for total 730 days or more or not in the 7 previous years immediately preceding the previous year. So 7 previous years starts from 2012-13 to 2018-19. Lakshman was there in India for full year 2012-13 and 13-14 and partially in 2014-15. So the number of days will be more than 730 days. So he is satisfying the second additional condition. The third step, deciding the residential status of Mr. Lakshman. Once again I repeat, the resident is one who is satisfying one of the basic condition and both the additional condition. Not ordinary resident, one of the basic condition and one or none of the additional condition. Non-resident, none of the basic condition and the fulfillment of additional condition does not arise. Even though he fulfills both the additional condition and fails to satisfy one of the basic condition, he is to be termed as non-resident. So Mr. Lakshman has satisfied one of the basic condition and one of the additional condition. So his status is not ordinarily resident. MCQs. Every year the residential status of an assessee may change, will certainly change, will not change, none of the above. Every year the residential status of an assessee is, the four options are given. The right option is option A, that is will change. Every year we need to compute the residential status of an assessee because it may change from year to year. Second MCQ. Which of the following section of IT Act deals with residential status? The students, you have to be very particular about the sections for objective questions. Section 5, 6, 8, 9. Which of the section deals with residential status? It's section C. Option C. Option C, section 6 is the right answer. Move to the next question. A company would be a resident in India for the previous year 2018-19 if it is an Indian company. During that year, majority of its directors are resident in India, or during the previous year, its place of effective management is in India, both A and C. A company's residential status. Here the right answer is option D, both A and C. An Indian company is always a resident in India, and a company during the previous year, if its place of effective management is in India, then that company is resident in India. MCQ 4. When an individual be regarded as not ordinarily resident? If he fulfills one of the basic condition and one or none of the additional condition. If he fulfills both basic conditions and both additional condition. If he does not fulfill any of the basic condition but fulfills one or both of the additional condition. If he fulfills both basic conditions and one of the additional condition. You have to be very particular here. Not ordinarily resident. An individual has to fulfill one of the basic condition and one or none of the additional condition. If he fulfills both the additional condition, is to be termed as ordinarily resident, and if he fulfills either one or none, doesn't matter, is to be considered as not ordinarily resident. Option A is the right answer. Which of the section of IT Act deals with firm's residential status? Section 7 in bracket 2 and section 2 in bracket 30, section 5 in bracket 2 and section 2 in bracket 30, or section 4 in bracket 2 and section 2 30, or section 6 in bracket 2 and section 2 in bracket 3. The options are very confusing. The right answer is section D. The students, you have to be very particular about the sections. Section 6 in bracket 2 and section 2 in bracket 30 deals with the firm's residential status. The references, you can go through the references, refer any of the books or the website.